welcome back. I find myself in the railway station of Pontedera. It's not a historical place, you know, but the fact is, in recent times, it's been a scenario of ordinary micro criminality, especially from foreigners. And if you here during the night, it's no one's land. It's usually turf of, pushers really, of every type of substance. There's been 2 reported stabbings in the last month or so, appeared in the local newspapers, local rag as they say, in the United Kingdom. And there's been stories, if you walk alone, not accompanied by someone, you may encounter one of these unsavoury characters, like a girl. She was waiting for her boyfriend. It was told by her colleague at work, Piaggio. These unidentified goons, presumably North Africans, which they presented as not harassing her. And, they were trying to, drag her away to do something horrible. I'm not going to mention it, you can imagine themselves. And these people, I'm not so far away, there's a group of them in a bar. Who knows they've been here all day drinking, and not necessarily have to go to bars, they can buy themselves beverages, and they can go a bit further up where the bus station is. And in Via Pisano, those parts there, they are consuming alcoholic drinks from morning to night, and obviously when they get drunk they cause problems. This town is governed by the lefties of this town. I must emphasise there are good immigrants. There's good or bad in every land. The fact is that the bad eggs of the bunch, which cause them major trouble, launch around all day on the taxpayers' backs, on the welfare system, just causing trouble, getting in trouble with the law. It's 60% which are in Italianic. If you go to the website, Home Office, 60% Italian prisons. There are foreigners inside. Theft, violence, drug pushing, anything you can call it, they are in it. Amazing is how much it costs the taxpayer to keep one of these people inside a prison. 140 hours a day, including all the luxuries you can have in a prison. And I think you should take it out on the politicians and the people as well, because they're too passive. Italians are very passive people, because if they start rising up, start protesting like in other countries, probably like in Germany, the last event which happened, where it's always attacked with these naturalised foreigners anyway. They are practically a walking time bomb. It's not a question of being racist. When you have too many of these people going around, not having a job or earning a living in an honest way, it's obvious they're gonna, dedicate themselves to crime. And the fact is, most of the time, seeing how the law was, in their favour, because most of the time they get away with it. Like, probably United Kingdom, there's a lot of stories about that. And in America, white supremacy, racism and that shit. It's a question of law and order, basically, not all this wokey shit. If you come here in an honest way to earn a living in an honest way, I don't think people are against that. I used to live in the United Kingdom. Jamaicans, Africans, Pakistanis, Indians, they all came. They had their businesses, Indians people, Pakistanis, or flies shops, and the rest of the other ethnic minorities didn't give so much of a trouble. Probably now and then some riots broke out in Brixton, and there was a little bit of a ramble in Hounslow in the 80s, Whitehall and stuff like that. In the end, we didn't have the problems as we have today. When all these people flooding in, you don't know who they are or what they are. Obviously, Trump wants to kick all these illegals out of America. There's millions of them. He's going to take an extraordinary organisation, force it, boot these people out. And obviously, they're reading the scenes of the illegals who been resident there in these countries, doing jobs which the Westerners don't want to do anymore. This is the truth as well. It's true as well. And why not say praise these people? This is good immigration, not these camel shaggers which walk around all day doing fuck all and causing trouble and giving grief to people and loitering around. We don't want that. Only the illegal stuff. People come here who has a regular job, they behave themselves, because those people, immigrants, who have a regular job, stabilised job, they integrate in a community with no problems. The only problems we have is illegals, which they are always in the middle of involving in crimes, causing trouble, and another activity is violence as well. And that's another thing which in the United Kingdom they're covering up regarding these so-called grooming gangs. You know who they are, the Rothlin bunch, you know, which the local authorities and the police in that area, they were covering up. You're covering up criminals. People, not on just their fellow citizens, they commit violence on locals in the area, Rotherham, Birmingham. It's become a Casbah, basically, in the Midlands, because there's a strong presence of these ethnic minorities. And you know, you have to blame the politicians, especially from the left, for all the mess they have created, these wokeisms, open borders and all this rubbish. It's time now they come to terms with reality. Illegals are a menace. And phony asylum seekers and all that kettle of fish. Strangely, most of them are all males which come over on military age. You don't see women and children coming over. I wonder why. We should ask ourselves, why? There's only one thing for it. The situation is going to only get worse if politicians that don't pull their fingers out of butts, which they don't want to do, for some motive or another, because there are those who favour and those who are scared being called out as racists. I think it's only right Joe Public and honest citizens regain control of their neighbourhoods from these thugs which are causing havoc not just for the locals, and even the good name of those people who come over from overseas who earn an honest living. This is the truth. Oh,